Which Dragon Ball series had the best ending? Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball GT? Now before we get into my thoughts on what the best ending was, I want you guys to pause the video at this moment and comment which series ending is the best in your opinion, and as soon as you're done, click play. Done? Okay, great. Now let's talk about the best Dragon Ball ending. Now without a doubt, every single Dragon Ball, ending has given me, mixed feelings, and it's made me kind of feel sad because, obviously it ended. But then, with Dragon Ball, after it ended, we got Dragon Ball Z, and then with Dragon Ball Z ending, we got Dragon Ball GT, and people really, people really dislike, GT, because, it was pretty much just Goku defeating everybody, and it had a lot of inconsistencies. But let's not, get into the inconsistencies part, but I just want to talk about this. Now first, I actually want to talk about the Dragon Ball Z ending, because it is the one that got a bunch of hate on it. With Dragon Ball Super on the horizon, with 2 episodes out so far, I really hope, that the series stretches through the ending of Dragon Ball Z. Why, you may ask? Because it was pretty bad. I'm not hating or bashing on it, but it just felt weird. Seeing Goku take off with a kid he just met, leaving his sons and family again after being dead for 7 years. Why didn't he just instant transmission there, and when they finished sparring, it's just, instant transmission back home? He even left poor Pan alone, too. Another thing I didn't really like was how Goten and Trunks actually turned out in the time skip at the end of Z. Mainly because I kind of wish that, they at least would have kept up their training because of future threats. I mean, they will be the ones that will one day, be the remaining protectors of Earth. But yeah, I just didn't really like the ending of Z. It felt bland and kind of rushed. And I know this may sound weird, but it kind of felt black and white to me. It didn't have that much emotion in it. I don't know. It just... The final episodes after Dragon Ball, after the Majin Buu saga, just felt really different to me. I don't know, it just didn't make much sense to me as to why Akira ended it like that. Now let's talk about, Dragon Ball's ending. This ending is pretty good. It closes off the events of Dragon Ball quite nicely. We finally have Goku and Chi-Chi marry, and just seeing them two together is great. It's cute, it's adorable. I just wish Chi-Chi knew what she was actually, getting signed up for. Also, fun fact, the final episode of Dragon Ball is the last time we see the Power Pole. Also, the last episode of Dragon Ball was pretty intense, because the Ox King was stuck in his castle and was going to burn alive, but thankfully he's saved just in time. Goes to the wedding of Chi-Chi and Goku. Although this ending still isn't my favorite, I think it was pretty good. Like I said, it closed off the events of Dragon Ball perfectly, and it just led into Dragon Ball Z perfectly. Now, here we're gonna have a controversial sort of thing once more. Many people whine and talk about GT not being canon. Even if that is the case, Dragon Ball GT's ending was the ending that impacted me the most, gave me the most feelings, and just messed me up the most. Even you, if you watched it, you felt sad as hell after you watched that. You felt empty, you just didn't know what to do with yourself. Just sitting there watching Goku say, "Till we meet again," and just flying off into the sky depressed the crap out of me. I couldn't believe Dragon Ball was over. The only reason it impacted me the most at that moment was that there's nothing else to watch. No more upcoming episodes, nothing. It was over, Goku left. It was impacting, and also right before the ending, where it showed Goku's life from Dragon Ball through Dragon Ball Z, the feelings overwhelmed me. They hit me like a truck. The background music made that whole thing just so much more perfect, and so much more sadder. Dragon Ball GT had the perfect ending. I rewatched the ending once more before making this video, and I felt really sad. I also remember watching the part where Goku lays down on Shenron and says, Shenron, I've never been this tired. He then fell asleep and absorbed the Dragon Balls. And, I knew from that moment that Goku wouldn't be coming back to his family again. After watching the whole ending, I literally just felt empty, and it was the first time in my life that I've, just literally I didn't know what to do with myself. It was like losing my best friend. I just don't know how to describe it. But it really depressed me, and as a child I honestly cried. I know that GT wasn't that great as a series, but it definitely had its moments like this ending. The use of the flashback to show Goku's journey through his life was the perfect way to end the series, and it definitely was a great way to make us all emotional. I know that there's probably going to be people in the comments saying that I should have probably held this video off because Dragon Ball Super is airing, and the events of Dragon Ball Super are probably going to make GT not canon, and that ending will be the best, but I'll make a follow-up video to this one once Super is over. Also, Super really did make GT not canon, but I really wish the ending is similar in terms of Goku's journey, in the forms of flashbacks, and highlighting his best moments, just something similar to that. Dragon Ball GT is definitely the #1 ending of all of the Dragon Ball series that we've had so far, with the exception of Super, because it hasn't ended at this current moment, or at this moment when I was making the video. I want to hear once more what was your favorite ending. Do you agree with what I've said? Just tell me in the comment section below. This has been Abolt Gaming, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys, have an epic day.